Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Famela Zulhendri. So today we will present the result of a group project discussion on the aviation industry in Malaysia, where our group chose the companies is Malaysia Airlines Berhad, AirAsia and My Airlines. The core business of this airline is full service airline or FSC. Defines as an airline that has developed from a state-owned airline through a process of market deregulations to become an airline with elements that describe its business model, namely core business, passengers, cargo, and maintenance. So for this group has discussed and agreed to conduct case studies on 3 companies operating in the aviation sector in Malaysia. These companies are Malaysia Airlines Berhad, AirAsia, and My Airlines. The first is Malaysia Airlines. Malaysia Airlines System Berhad or MAS was founded in May 1947 and functions as the national airlines in Malaysia. After decades of success in providing complete aviation service, the company was hit by high losses and was on the verge of the bankruptcy. In August 2040, Khazanah Malaysia, biggest shareholders with 69.37% shares, purchased the remaining shares to take the airline private. Purchased the remaining ownership from the majority shareholders for 1.38 billion ringgit as part of the delisting effort from Bursa Malaysia. The second one is AirAsia. AirAsia Berhad provides low-cost airline service. The business offers point-to-point, short-haul, local and international route service. Principal business include in-flight food service, tour operator, aircraft leasing, and media ownership. Next for My Airlines. My Airlines SDNBHD is Malaysia's newest airline, which was founded on January 11, 2021. The airline was granted an air service license with the conditional approval by the Malaysian Aviation Commission or MAVCOM in January 2022 and obtained an Air Operator Creative or AOC from the Malaysian Civil Aviation Authority. Goh Wan Hua is My Airline's largest shareholder through 2 private entities, Zillion Wealth and Trillion Cove Holdings, which own 88% and 10% of the shares respectively. For the Rainer Teo or CEO hold the remaining 2%. Market share and ranking. For AirAsia, AirAsia already controls a large portion of the Malaysian consumer market, currently accounting for 65% of all sales. The company has a strong presence in the online social media, ramping up the marketing and promotion initiative, thus reaching a much with the target audience. Okay, for My Airlines, since its inception, My Airline has operated at an excellent pace, driven primarily by market demand in search of low-cost airlines alternative, as well as the company's own strengths in providing quality and timely service. In January 2023, the airlines welcomed its 100,000 passengers, as well as launching over 600 flights across its network. For Malaysia Airlines Berhad, operate as full-fledged airlines, thereby targeting different market segments. MAB needs to compete with other prestigious airlines that operate long-haul destinations and regional routes. MAB marketing approaches are directed towards the targeted group and are not as broad and aggressive as one done by AirAsia and My Airlines. Okay, for question 2, based on the concept of Porter 5 force model, the first is high entry and exit cost. For the aviation sector, industry players are constrained by the high entry costs associated with the significant financial requirements, such as purchasing or leasing a fleet or aircraft, setting up headquarters and operation hubs, hiring ground and operation staff. It may also be costly for an airline firm to exit the market due to commitment and costs such as personal layoff, loan or debt repayment, and refund for cancelled flight. To cover fixed expenditure, they could be forced to keep running even while they are losing money. Second one is threat of new entrants. From the 2000, we can see an influx of new players into the market, thus causing disruption of market shares and segmentations. Market observes a slight shift in consumer spending habits on leisure travel and increase in tourism sector. Seizing the opportunity to fill the gap between demand and supply, LCC with lower ticket pricing come into the market, offering affordable air travel to consumer. The third one is a rivalry among existing firms. Despite Malaysia's relative small population, it has a number of airlines operating from its grounds, making the aviation sector a highly competitive industry. Airlines operating with almost similar business models and targeting the same market segment will be close rivals. and any action taken by one will have cause and effect on the others. For the next is bargaining power of buyers. The flight to destination is a key feature that buyers look for because it demonstrates their strong negotiation position. Besides, a modest portion of consumers spend money on airlines. The consideration include an individual's income, but since higher portions encourage more customers to shop around for a better deal, giving them significant negotiations power. And the last one is bargaining power of suppliers. Since there are only two companies that manufacture aircraft, Boeing and Airbus, the supplier may have the most negotiating leverage. The stage of the market may affect other suppliers, such as those who provide food, merchandise, or fuel. The majority of AirAsia aircraft are now Airbus models, having previously been Boeing models that AirAsia leased before replacing with Airbus models. The expense of training staff to operate the aircraft features is significant in the unlikely event that AirAsia decide to return to Boeing. These questions, we already discussed potential source of competitive strengths or vulnerability for the three businesses. We will discuss which companies have competitive advantage. Okay, for first is AirAsia. Apart from offering low-cost travel options, AirAsia also offers travel packages that include hotel and accommodations reservation. Competition is based on the service offered and how well the flight duration match the client's needs. Okay, for my airlines, despite operating as the much cooler version of AirAsia, my airline's advantage comes from its ability to implement what is working for AirAsia and abandoning what's not. My airline is working to ensure its flights are on time and onboard service is provided with more enthusiasm, despite a more relaxed approach. However, being new to industry poses a full vulnerability to access for additional capital for operations expansions. Lack of experience and funding facility will hinder the company to scale up. In Malaysia Airlines, despite the above factors, MAB has an advantage over its competitor as it is an established airline as opposed to a new regional player. MAB also operates in different segments, mainly serving the premium market as previously offered to this customer. Despite entries by LCCs in the market, MAB is operating a different segment, mainly serving the premium market as per previously offered to its customer.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Saya Diana binti Muhammad Jalil, and I will cover for question number 3 and number 4. Question number 3 states that how does the company compete with each other and what is the business strategy? And question number 4 is, does the company product different from that of their competitors, and if so, how? Allow me to answer both questions simultaneously as there are overlapping answers in those two questions. Firstly, let's take a look at Malaysia Airlines, whereby we can see that Malaysia Airlines provide full-fledged airline services as compared to the other two, AirAsia and My Airlines. Is an LCC, which is a low-cost carrier. Thereby, MAS is not a direct competitor to these two. In terms of business strategy, we can see that under the business turnaround plan, Malaysia Airlines has implemented cost-cutting measures and also a revision in its price mechanism and also revenue management. Non-performing subsidiaries were kept dormant in order to minimize cash outflow. By the time the business turnaround plan is completed in 2021, MAS liability has been reduced by 15 billion. As for AirAsia, we can see that AirAsia is a direct competitor to My Airlines due to the fact that they offer similar services, which is cheap air travels. However, AirAsia strategy to overcome the similarity is offering complementary services such as accommodations, rides, insurance to its customer. AirAsia also put focus on providing high aircraft utilizations by having quick turnaround time, as well as implementing low cost operation towards all of its operation levels. As for My Airlines, we can see that its success is mainly driven by doing what Asia lacks, which is timely flight schedule. In fact, it was used in one in its gimmick that My Airlines flight will never be late. Furthermore, the company also use a more casual approach towards its customer. We can see that the steward and the stewardess are allowed to wear sneakers, and they wear pants instead of skirts. This fresh outtake is well received by the market. Overall, we can see that Mas Asia and My Airlines, despite being in the same industry, is not targeted towards the same market segment. With that, I thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurhanis Izzati binti Fazudin, and I will present for question 5, which is for question 5, the kind of industry structure being discussed in the airline sector is an oligopoly, so in which a limited number of businesses dominate the market. An oligopoly is characterized by a small number of very large businesses that dominate the market despite being relatively tiny relative to the size of the entire market. Because of their similar outputs and mutual competition, competitor oligopoly companies are always aware of one another's movement. So businesses in an oligopoly are aware that their position in the market is vulnerable to assault from competitors or new players since they are so dependent on one another. So the market structure of Asia and My Airline has shifted from a monopoly controlled by Malaysia Airlines to an oligopoly. So these three massive brands engage in a cost plans, price wars, and promotional strategies. For the business turned into an oligopoly, Malaysia Airlines held the biggest market share in the country for the longest period of time. So since its debut, Asia has again a substantial proportion of the Malaysian consumer market. For the topic 6, which is consists of strength and weakness for Malaysia Airlines, which in the question 6 they ask if the company does doing well or not doing well. So in Malaysia Airlines, they did well because of their well-trained and strong number of workforce, which is mass recovery plan was introduced, which was revealed 6,000 jobs or 30% of the company's workforce were eliminated. And currently, the company has a strong workforce of over 14,000 employees. Besides, mass full-fledged service, excellent customer service, and in-flight entertainment service offered by the airline, and this implies that Malaysia Airlines is able to provide better, reliable, safe, warmth, and pleasant flight experience to the passenger compared to Asia, as these are the items in the dimension of a core service. Okay, other than that, MAS has a wide network of regional and long-haul destinations since MAB become a member of the One World Alliance. So this gives MAB access to 650 airport launches worldwide and 1,000 destinations across 170 regions. And MAS does not doing well due to their high full cost, mismanagement in revenue and pricing. So in regards of its strong market dominance, so MAS experienced huge losses primarily as a result of excessive fuel expenses and a poor revenue and pricing management. So the primary causes of the loss in 2005 were rising fuel price, personnel costs, aircraft maintenance, and also leasing. While for Asia, they doing well their business since they provide frequent and cheap flight. So AirAsia has been offering low-cost flights to several Asian destinations. AirAsia consequently starts running its weekly flight. So besides, they nail it with their innovation in service, which AirAsia uses cutting-edge technologies to innovate its operations. So they have introduced various new services, including as electronic airline check-in and online reservation printing for tickets. So lastly, they have an excellent utilization of IT. So their branding efforts have benefited greatly from their excellent use of technology, as evidenced by the over 3 million monthly hits on the most popular booking engines worldwide, their promotional efforts, and their cost containment strategy, which is by allowing customer to purchase ticket directly from airlines. But AirAsia not doing well due to their lack of MRO facilities. So despite the excellent strategy implemented by AirAsia, the company did not own any maintenance, repair and overhaul, which is MRO facility. So other than that, they also have a customer dissatisfaction. So besides that, AirAsia is also plagued with a high volume of customer complaints regarding its service. Its complaints includes among others, which is like airline delays, excessive charge, and the inability to modify or receive a refund for consumers who are unable to attend. While for My Airlines, they perform with their timely flight schedule because they are committed to providing reliable, on-time flights and exceptional customer service. They also have a fresh approach on services, so they apply innovative digitalization and a green technology in their daily process, products and service to ensure a straightforward and seamless engagement for passengers. But sadly, the company does not doing well since they held on funding due to the failure of its attempts to secure new money. So Malaysian low-cost carrier My Airline was forced to suspend operation and cease operation while it looks for new capitals. Besides, they also have an impact on suspension on operations. So given that My Airline mostly serve the local market, analysts predict that the probable collapse of the airline will have a little effect on the aviation industry. So as long as the airlines are able to achieve all the high criteria set by the industry, so APA feels competition is good for consumers and the business. So other than that, last but not least, they also decrease demand. So not only is the need for air travel expected to rebound, but there are also more airport slots available. So highly qualified workers seeking employment and a significantly cheaper aircraft rentals. So My Airline negotiate with a 15 possible investor to address its financial problem, which include paying back RM22 million to customer for ticket that they have already purchased. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Muhammad Shukri bin Abdul Rahim, and I will present on question number 7 on future improvement for the three airlines. We are well aware that Malaysia Airlines has completed its turnaround plan in 2021, and going forward, we recommend for Malaysia Airlines Berhad to start offering more added value service in order to capture new market as well as for retention for existing customers. Recently, Malaysia Airlines Berhad has introduced complimentary Wi-Fi to all passengers. This initiative is well received by the market, and we hope Malaysia Airlines Berhad is on its way to its business recovery. As what it is today, it solved the problem about inline catering. For AirAsia, we recommend the company to obtain its own maintenance, repair and operation or MRO division. This is to cater to its needs to maintain and service its growing number of fleets. AirAsia also need to put the urgency on addressing customers' complaint and dissatisfaction regarding its service. For an example, any flight delay must be handled efficiently, as customer has the upper hand, as there are options made available in the market by other airlines. For My Airlines, the company need to secure investor to finance its capital expansion for additional aircraft and to move and to run the business again. In conclusion, this airline need to take proactive measure to stay competitive and to aspire more growth at regional and global level. Malaysia is a powerhouse of the economic. That is all for today. Thank you very much, Dr. Ruslan. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.